back! Yay! Everybody, we're here today with Sinners Revival. Shit, hold on one second. Today we're here with Art and Les from Sinners Revival, bassist and guitarist from Sinners Revival.
Yep.
1 second though, ask them a question. I gotta make a.
Check. Oh, wait. Oh, you gotta. So how y'all doing today?
Not bad.
Pretty good.
Chilling?
Survived the first hurricane of the season, I guess, this morning.
Oh yeah, you know them fucking tropical storms. Hurricane season got me paranoid, bro.
I guess it was just a name. It wasn't a hurricane. But, you know, it certainly caused some chaos with the tornado warning at 5 a.m.
What was it? What's the name of it? Tropical warning.
Arthur or something?
Author, yeah. Yeah, see, from June to, I guess you would say, November.
No, tropical storm Art.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Oh, shit.
I didn't put that together, yes. Les is tapping me like
Rocket like a hurricane.
What did I miss? I missed something.
Talking about tropical storms.
talking about the weather.
Talking about
okay.
flooding.
So I didn't get to put Sinners Revival up here. I'm pretty scattered. Earl's supposed to be here this week, but he had to miss it, and
You want me to throw it on there
Taylor
real
is
quick?
taking it on there. Yeah, put it on Sinners Revival. God damn it, I couldn't even find that.
Brother, you all good, man. I got you.
I'm all flustered. How are you guys doing? And when did that's correct?
Ah, sick.
When did Sinners Revival get together?
I mean, originally, I think it was 2022 or 2021. It was a little bit at the end of the COVID time. I was in another band, and we lost our drummer. He moved to another state, and I had a hard time finding another drummer for this band, DD Shock. It was more of a pop band, and then I kind of wanted to do something a little heavier, just to kind of jam and stuff. And so my buddy John Marosich, he has the shop over in Old Town Slidell, and he said, well, you can, set up, invite some people and try to put something together. So a little stops and starts with that. And at some point I met his friend. He introduced me to Charles Shutton. He's our keyboard player. He also plays guitar. And we just hit it off, and let's just put something together. And initially it was just to get together and jam. It wasn't really anything serious, because I assumed I was going to get the other band going once we found a drummer. Never did. Just kind of eventually put that on ice.
No, you don't have to play pop music now, so that's good.
And right, I mean, it was something to do. Each new band is like a new, slightly different project. And then I did always want to get back to playing heavier stuff, and so we just added a few people, and then at some point, like Charlie brought in a friend of his, and I had a buddy I knew come by, and we had a little core there. And then at some point, our the other guitar player, vocalist Brent, came in. And that really worked, because I didn't want to be the single vocalist, and I've always had another singer in the bands, and I didn't sing in the beginning, but as each progressive band I've done more, and so
because you don't want to deal with singers. That's what. That's my opinion. Like,
Just admit it. No, I'm kidding.
I don't want to do too much at once, and then I want to. Maybe if I do another project, maybe I'll be the only that I didn't know if I could do it all. That's all. And so that started, what worked out, we did. And then at some point we decided to get more serious with it. And then it's, I guess about a year in-ish, then Les came on as to play bass with us. And then most recently, I guess a year or so ago, we had our drummer Mike came in, and we just kind of had the current lineup for a year or two, maybe. At least two.
Yeah.
And,
Mike is really fucking good.
Yeah, he's
at that gig that we played together, Dead Spies and Sinners Revival. That shit
I was there too. It was fun.
Guy was awesome. It was the first time I'd seen him.
Yeah, he's been around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Judas Priest cover was fucking killer. When I heard Breaking the Law, and then I guess one of y'all's partners, or I guess one of y'all's fans.
Probably Steve
Yeah,
Hall.
bro, he took off his shirt. It's like, breaking the fucking law. Let's get it. And just fucking jumping up. I'm like, damn.
It's like a religious experience.
For fucking Halford. Fucking right. And I was expecting Turbo Lover next, I was getting stoked. It was great.
Well, Les, I knew, we both knew Mike from back in the day, but Les kind of knew him more. And
Well, we worked together back, I guess the 80s or so, yeah.
and I think you without Les is asking him to join us, because he had kind of retired. So if you want to, I mean,
Heard that.
to drop some names, he used to play with Dev Rebecca back in the day.
Okay.
So I heard of Dead Rebecca, but what were they kind of like a
Original metal.
kind of like power metal, like Dio kind of shit? Or was it like kind of like Dokken, hair metal, glam?
It was different.
it's like proto grunge, like around the grungy, but a little bit of like you say, Alice in Chains and Soundgarden. They kind of straddled the two.
Yeah,
they were kind
they
of
were like the
that.
most metal out of the grunge bands. All the
Yeah.
other ones are more like punk rock. You know, they were listening to like fucking Scream and them DC bands and shit.
So yeah, he was in there. And I worked at a department store out in Chalmette, and like everybody and their brother worked at that store at some point in time. And that's how I met Will Fay from Dead Rebecca and then Mike Martin from Dead Rebecca and all. So we all became friends. So I just started hanging with the band. So we became friends. We used to go out drinking and stuff back in the day.
So y'all originally all from the parish?
I'm from Gentilly.
Oh, okay, you're from Gentilly.
But so that was that connection, and then I got out of music for like 30 years.
Word.
And I got back into it, and then so Mike was playing with August Rush, I think at the
Just
time.
a cover band. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was doing a cover band.
And he had gotten out of it just because he's been doing it so long. But we wanted somebody, and I talked him into it. So.
Very cool. I've seen you play, and you play that sweet Rickenbacker bass. That,
I love my Rick.
yeah,
Those are
thing's
nice.
awesome. Were you ever in like a? Did you ever do like a touring band or anything like that?
Nah, I'm a recently retired teacher.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Oh, nice.
And I always told my students, I was like, I used to play 80s metal before it was known as 80s metal. I'm like, why is that? Because
It's
it
just
was the
metal.
80s.
Yeah, the 80s.
So I played in some cover bands back in the day. We never made out the garage.
Yeah.
Rob Devil was with a couple of people that went on to other things. But and then I hit college and everything, got a family. So I got out of it for like 30 years. And then one day I just got the itch and I bought my Rick and an amp and let's go.
Yeah.
Well, you went all in.
Oh, yeah.
Straight up to the Rickenbacker. Those are nice, bro.
Art, did you go through a period of not playing before you were in Sinners?
Yeah, let's see. Most of the musicians we know that are still at it, we all knew each other in high school, and we
Yeah.
played in different lineups in high school. It was like a mixing match. Everybody, would change people here and there, and some of those guys went on, to do well. I mean,
Yeah.
and they play stadiums in Europe and stuff. But
Shit.
so I did like when I was in high school, I did kind of metal of the time, the 80s metal in the 80s, which was just metal. And it was, no one today would call it metal because it is so not metal compared to what's metal today. But,
Well, now you have so many different
Genres.
subgenres,
Right.
right?
and then I switched to doing like cover band stuff for a little while. And then when I got out of school, I decided I moved to Florida for a while, moved to Texas for a while, and I stopped playing once I left town. And then I came back in the late 90s. And I guess sometime around in the early aughts, and I saw little kids. The easiest way to get divorced as a musician is to not be around when the kids are little. That's what I've seen. But once they were like teenagers, my buddy John, he said, let's start jamming. I got some people, and we started jamming, and then a band called Retro Electro grew out of that. John kind of went off and he was doing a metal cover thing called Bra, and then he ended up doing space metal, and then Retro Electro was good. We put out an album and an EP, and then that ended, and then DD Shock Band started. But yeah, I had a good 10 years or so or more of that where I was inactive for years. I wasn't living here. I didn't know any musicians where I was, and I just kind of had put it aside because I had other stuff going on,
Yeah. Well, I was just wondering because like just being also in another band that does originals, like I didn't know, like some people usually just play covers for a long time, or something like that. And then, typically people aren't doing original bands around here and making too much money by doing it either. But I do.
Right.
But I think it's awesome that you guys just put out an album. Am I right? And
in the middle of last month.
Yeah, I was listening to it at work today.
yeah, I listened to it too, and it's very cool. The production's really good.
It's Dwayne over in OCD. He does a lot of the like Crowbar and all that.
Oh yeah,
okay,
very
nice.
cool. Do you know those guys too?
I know we've seen them around the studio. I wouldn't say they were acquaintances. I do know the drummer Tommy Buckley. He was in my first band. He grew up in St. Bernard, just like me, and we were young idiots and trying to play metal. And he's done really well. Soylent and I mean, to see all the beginnings of what's now the global metal, it was pretty wild.
They're getting a lot of New Orleans is getting a lot of love. There's that day in like some French metal fest that's happening. It seems like it's mostly all metal, New Orleans metal. Soylent Green's playing, I Hate God's playing, I think Down's playing.
Is that a bad point?
Yeah, possibly. That must be what I'm thinking.
Well,
I can't remember.
Donovan Punch just rejoined Soylent, and I can remember it being in Donovan's mom's apartment watching the beginning of that forming in the kitchen. They were just 2 or 3 of the guys who went on to become Soylent. They were just sitting there doing that super fast, whatever.
So you were around Soylent when they were like Glenn Rambo era, right?
Yes. Glenn,
early.
With Glenn when they were first starting recording. There was a thing called Nuclear Crucifixion, which became Soylent. It was the original lineup, I guess. I'm not privy. I didn't know a lot of those guys. I knew a couple of them I knew well, and some of them I just kind of met. But I moved to Florida shortly after that kind of took off, so there's a break for me with all of that stuff. I sort of was around and saw some of the very beginnings, but it was only for a couple of years.
Yeah.
If you saw the old Glenn Rambo stuff, the early demo stuff, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, Glenn was a cool dude. I remember when we were growing up.
Yeah, I got drunk with him a couple of times.
Yeah, I think everybody's got drunk with Glenn's story.
Yeah, I met him when I was a little kid skateboarding in Chalmette years ago.
That's where we got drunk.
Yeah. So at like I guess you would say it was like the Sears. I was skateboarding with some friends, and I went to go get a cold drink over at a Walgreens on a corner, and he was there talking with this like kind of like skinhead looking dude, just bullshitting. And I was wearing like Slayer shirt, and he's like, "Oh, well, this skinhead looking dude is like, what's your favorite Slayer album?" I'm like, "Rain and Blood." and then the Glenn Rambo dude is like, "Yeah, you need to listen to Hell Awaits." I'm like, "All right," because that's before internet, really. So you had to go fucking digging.
No, it's true. That's how you learn about other bands and stuff. I remember when I was in high school, we would hang out, and then somebody put a tape in the while the guys are like making their personal cigarettes.
Yes,
put a cassette in and. I'm like, what is this? I think these are a Japanese band. Somebody sent me this. It was like Kill 'Em All, but nobody had ever heard of it. Nobody knew where they were. Hetfield sounds almost Asian in his...
Yeah. He's got a higher voice on that album.
Yeah.
For sure, too.
So, and then later you found out, look what happened there,
Yeah. They're from San Fran, and you're thinking they're from Tokyo or some shit.
Well, he didn't, I have a theory about what that metal scene, like once you had Jeff Tate with Queensryche, no one could sing like that ever. And so after that, everyone's like, well, I'm gonna go the exact opposite, and let's go low, let's go guttural, let's because
I don't know, King Diamond still kept it going with that.
There were a few very gifted vocalists, but the rest of us who can't do that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I think that was probably a revolt, I guess, against it, because it's like we're tired of looking for the guy that can sing like that, because there is no guy that can sing like that.
No,
so
it's true.
Yeah.
It's like a witch hunt to find the one that can do all the powerful singing and the great singing, hitting all the ranges and shit.
Right.
And then they just went from to ooh. That's yep.
Art, where do you get your influence for guitar from, do you think?
Obviously everyone points to Iommi as the fountainhead.
Yeah.
And then anything that came out of that, like the dudes who played with Dio initially, and I'm a huge Blue Oyster Cult fan, so I like Buck Dharma.
Oh fuck yeah.
And then like Thin Lizzy,
yeah.
King's X, stuff like that. Now, I don't claim to play as well as all those people, but they certainly inspired me.
See, I never really listened to too much King's X.
King's X is like a Beatles, but very technical in a sense.
3-piece.
Yeah. They all sing.
Okay. I remember seeing a logo on CDs when I was like a little kid, but I never listened to it.
I think I only listened to that Dogman album back in the 90s or whatever.
That was kind of their most grungy album.
Yeah.
Some of the ones before that a little bit more.
When I was a kid, I remember seeing
metal,
it, and I'm like, oh, that must be a Christian band. I don't want to listen to it.
They were kind of a quasi-Christian band.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That is interesting. Wasn't one of the members gay?
I think he came out at some point, yeah.
Yeah,
The singer,
okay.
Doug.
Not that matters. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I mean,
I
just
saying
thought
with
they
the
were great
Christian-
players and they wrote great songs. And then, but there was a whole, since they were sort of quasi-religious and they came out, I guess they were originally maybe a church band when they
Really?
started that, like
Interesting.
played in
Really?
like a modern church in Texas or something. And,
Oh, they're from Texas?
yeah,
Like Houston?
maybe. I'm not sure what city they're from, but they're a Texas band as far as I know.
Art, where are you from originally?
I mean, I'm born in New Orleans, but my parents moved to St. Bernard Parish like when I was like 3 years old. 'Cause
Okay.
that's when my mother's parents had bought a house. So, and
Parish, bro.
grew up in the parish, you know.
And you lived there through Katrina?
No, I've lived in the parish, and I went to Holy Cross. I didn't go to the Chalmette High, although I have a lot of friends from Chalmette that did. But let's see how this goes. Right after I got out of college at UNO, I went to Florida and then Texas. So when I came back in the end of the '90s, I didn't move back to St. Bernard. I kind of like got Metairie somewhere, River Ridge apartment or something, and then got a little house there over on Little Farms, like in the late '90s, and then at some point we moved over to Mandeville because the school had some kids, and like my parents put us through like some of the Catholic schools, but the cost of that stuff, I don't know how you could do it.
Expensive.
You went to the Mandeville High School?
I know I went to Holy Cross.
Oh, no. But you're bringing your...
I'm saying,
yeah.
well, when I was looking to have, we outgrew a little house we had bought, and then the most economic thing was to go to the North Shore because the public schools were decent, and you didn't have to pay thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Tuition ain't cheap either. Between
Right.
that and like the clothing you got to wear and the
Yeah, that's
penny
why I
loafers and
moved over
shit.
there, too. That's why I
Yeah, I
was
know you
saying.
got the sign shop, right?
Yeah, we got a picture frame.
Picture framing shop.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
sign. That's John.
Yeah.
You pictures. Yeah.
Nah, signs, that'll work. No, I have a picture frame shop over there I've had for a long time. And I really love the North Shore as far as just living there, especially as I'm just across the bridge. I can go to, go be crazy in New Orleans or whatever,
Yeah.
or go play in a shitty bar or whatever, and go back to my, quaint little neighborhood. And I like it. It's good for this time of my life.
I mean, it's I've been there more probably 20-something years now. It's probably the most I've lived in. Well, almost pretty close. You know?
For sure, it's the longest
Yeah.
I've ever lived in one place.
North Shore's pretty chill.
Yeah, I grew up in La Ranger, and then moved to Phoenix for a few years, and then I was like, I can't move to fucking Hammond or anywhere over there. I want to just like, I don't know. I had a few friends that were living in Mandeville, and just seemed like a better place to be. But the bar scene's not too great if you want to play live or anything like that over there.
No, I mean it comes and goes. Right now, you almost have to invent your own show. Like we play over at the Mandeville Daiquiris. They have a show, and not this weekend, but next weekend at the Mandeville Daiquiris.
Do like Chifuncta.
And the Chifuncta, we got to know.
Oh, that's Daniel.
Those folks. Yeah,
Daniel's
Daniel
good
Mary,
dude.
and we played there some. And there used to be other couple places like the Hideaway, but that closed.
Oh, yeah. The Hideaway was cool. They had some cool shows there.
And then we do the Maison. So like we have like 3 or 4 North Shore
That's true.
spots.
And that's y'all, right? Is that you and John?
Me and John from Ending, we put that together once a month, and then we do the big metal thing once a year.
Because before y'all used to do them at that other
It was
bar.
the
in-
Maple Room.
Yeah,
but
I went
it
to,
closed.
what was it? Skulldose, that like Morbid Angel style death metal band from Mississippi.
Yeah, they're killer.
Yeah, they played there. I think either you or John booked it. Oh, both of y'all did.
Yeah, well,
It's a good turnout.
I do most of the booking. John kind of does more of the financial, like he gets the sponsorships for our
Gotcha.
big metal fest and stuff. So
Sick,
it's a good
sick.
team. We've known each other for so long that we were kids when we first met each other. So.
And truthfully, y'all, some of the few people bringing people doing original music to the North Shore because, it's a over kind of populated area for like cover bands, yacht rock and,
Yeah,
shit like
that's what,
that.
That's what.
That's the latest.
But that's the bread
those
and
folks
butter,
make
though, for
their
people,
money,
yeah.
but-
So I'm not knocking that, but
no, it's
seeing people doing original music, I personally like more.
that's our thing, you
Yeah.
know, and we try to promote as much as we can.
Right.
Because, when I said earlier I played some cover bands, I considered the cover band, we had like 3 originals and played like 20 covers. So
Right.
we never got to the point where we had enough originals because we couldn't write that quickly, I guess. But band would break up or something. But,
Yeah.
it was majority cover, but still had the seed or the idea of trying to do your own thing.
Yeah. I found, I talked to a lot of people my age, and they're always like wondering why I'm playing music to, buying equipment that costs way too much money and making, way too little, playing out in bars and stuff like that. But it's like, it's so much fun. Like, and I like being able to like play in such a big music city like New Orleans. Just kind of like, it's kind of nice to be a local band here, in my opinion. I don't have to really tour or anything to get a cool, like the bands that come through, I can jump on a show like for a touring band that comes through, and I can get I can find out what it's like on the road from them, and then just go back to my house and
Take a nap.
yeah.
A lot of the people, we know a lot of folks that do play the covers, and it's almost like a job. It is a job for a lot of them.
for sure.
It's their main income for a lot of folks. But up until just recently, I would say I already have a regular job. I don't need a second job.
Right.
So I've just did more of a creative thing and try to write music and stuff. I know Les's previous band, Room 101, he got some really cool stuff he's been bringing in. We've been doing a couple of his songs from that band in Sinners now.
Nice.
They aren't on the album because it kind of came in after that, but
did you record them with the other band?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, there you go.
Now, Room 101, that was from Slidell?
So that's when I came out of retirement.
Oh, that's when you came on top. My bad. Yeah.
And I hit up my buddy Al Hodge.
Oh, wait. Tungsten.
There you go.
Bro, that band is killer. Yeah. Somebody needs to bootleg this shirt. No, I didn't say that. No. Al, please do a reunion show. That band is so fucking good.
I have asked.
But, bro, it's
He
like
says no.
It's
He says
like
no.
I don't know. It's like the perfect in between like kind of like sludgy crowbar shit with like New York hardcore, like Cro-Mags and like
Right.
Biohazard. It's so good,
Yep. So
Yeah.
that's him.
man.
So I hit him up, seeing if he was interested in playing again, because he and I had played going back to the early '80s. Avant-Garde, remember them?
Avant-Garde.
And
Who else was in that with y'all?
Ross Stevens.
And was it who was on Mike on drums or?
No, damn, he's gonna hate me for forgetting his name.
Okay. I just
Chris Sotina.
Okay.
And anyway, so being that we had a connection, I hit him up and was like, "Hey, you interested in? I want to do like an original thing." And I was writing the music, and I don't know much, so my mind is a little different because I don't know all the theory how it's supposed to be.
Right.
So anyway, when Al agreed, I thought I was getting Tungsten Al. And he'll laugh at it. Instead, I got Dr. John Al.
You were looking for the churn, huh? Yeah, I got
And
you.
then we wound up hooking up with my nephew's father-in-law, who was originally from California, and he played a lot over there in different bands and whatnot, but he had that New Orleans groove to him. So we put all that together, and being an English teacher from 101 from 1984, and that's what it all kind of revolved around. So yeah, I got about maybe a dozen songs or so I wrote, and we're doing 2 of them with Sinners now, and plan is to try to bring them in and Sinnerize them, make them our own.
Yeah.
And see what goes on with that.
And we have Al's blessing. He
Oh yeah, definitely.
he likes the fact, because we have 2 guitarists and 2 singers, that we can flesh it out more. Like, so
Tight.
one of us is doing whatever Al, kind of sort of close to what Al used to do, and then one of us is kind of adding something new to the top.
Y'all tweaking it a little bit,
Yeah.
you know?
Make it bigger, because
Yeah.
we're 3-piece.
Yeah.
Having a keyboard player in the band, is that fun? Like being able to, like, I've actually never been in a band with a keyboard player, to be honest with you.
It's good. Charlie's a good dude, and he was the guy I started the band with, and but he's a chef, so he maybe makes 1 out of every 4 shows if he's lucky. Like,
Okay.
so
If he's lucky, yeah.
we're happy. Like when we recorded the record, it's like now I'm getting to hear what you do, because when you're playing
Yeah.
the show, like you're working on like, okay, I got to remember the line, I got to stay in key, I got to play the right part, and now I get to hear. When you make a record, you get, I didn't know you were playing. I don't know you play that. I didn't know like all the stuff like.
I didn't even know all Earl's lyrics before. Like, before I was like, golly, say that shit.
So you
Jesus.
can hear Charlie. Sometimes Charlie's not in my monitor, so but so you get to hear all what he's doing.
Yeah.
And, I've played in, let's see, at least 1 other band that had a keyboard player, and it's just it's another instrument, and it's not so much instruments; it's the people who are playing the instruments. Like, how bands have personalities. and
Yeah.
Some people riz it up, huh?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
well, I'm happy with our band, but sometimes in the past you have bands that end because there's 2 people that just cannot stand each other. I mean,
Right.
so And Charlie's, so Charlie, we're happy to have him play with us as much as he can. He just, his profession doesn't allow weekends off as much as we play. So,
how did you guys get together with Brent?
Our first drummer, we had a guy, Charlie's friend, came in and played a couple of times, and I said, no, he's not really that good. He just doesn't seem to do it. So I knew I had a guy I jammed with that I knew from high school, John Golfo. He came in, and he was our first drummer with Sinners, and his son is good friends with Brent, and so I think the story Brent tells is
Karaoke, huh?
They knew him from that too, and I knew he used to work at the John's shop. So Brent's been around, but the funny part was John Golfo, our drummer's son, is friends with Brent, and he said, my dad's playing in a band. You want to come with me to go over and watch him? And so when Brent got here, I know all that guy. I know this is where I used to work, and then Charlie and our original bassist Michael saw him do karaoke, and they said, "Well, we should get Brent to come jam." And I guess we did, and it just kind of worked. So he's a generation younger than the rest of us.
Yeah, I think he's about my age or a couple years younger.
He brings that whole younger to us. I mean, he's still mid, like a traditional in his 30s, so he's not like the young kids.
But he's one of them young. He's one of them 30s to where when I seen him bust out that Chevelle, I'm like, that motherfucker. I already know what he's about. So he ain't fucking around.
And he brought the second. He could sing and play. And we're different, our guitar styles, they complement, but they're not the same. Like you can hear the difference in the guitar and in the vocals. So
who's doing most of the solos?
We trade off. I'd say he probably does more of the long epic ones or the more intricate ones because he's better than I am. And I'll just do more of the quick hits, or it depends on the song. Like we have three. Well, we initially was just Brent and I writing material. And if you write the song, you might take the lead, and now that we have three writers that Les brings in, but it just depends. Like I would say on the record, the two epic solos, like the River and Walking Through Fire, the ending solos, those are Brent, and like some of the earlier ones, like the little mini ones in the beginning, those are me. And then on our song Foundation, he plays a little thing in the beginning, and I play the main one. It's just sort of. It just depends on who wrote it.
Yeah.
And a Walking Through Fire one, that's the 7th track, correct?
It's
not the last one.
It's the second to last song. It's 6 songs. It's number 5.
It's like a.
It's got like a ending kind of part that's kind of more mellow, and then it kind of gets back into it.
Yeah, because I remember hearing one. It was like some like Dio, like Sabbath kind of riffage, and with some a keyboard solo in there. I'm like, this fucks. It was pretty good.
It's our album. It's out. It's on Spotify. It's on all the things. It's on YouTube. You can look us up, sinnersrevival.com. Facebook,
It's a self-titled album.
Yes, and is a woman on fire walking in darkness. So that'll give you
fire.
Yes, it was inspired by that song's title. So
very cool. And what do you think that where do you think you pull most of your inspiration for lyrics?
So my band Retro Lecture, I was tasked with writing the majority of those lyrics. So I had to kind of pick it. I always kind of wrote lyrics when I wrote songs. I had a buddy who, when we first started jamming, he's the first guy I knew who wrote a song that I actually worked on and we played in the band. So my buddy Bud Faust. But I don't know, just something you just pick up and start doing. And then I always really like good lyrics. Like, this might sound crazy, but I mean, I think Neil Peart and like Morrissey are the two greatest lyricists I've ever encountered. Just they can just get ideas across in ways that aren't clunky, aren't overly cliched. I mean, I don't know. And some people may like or dislike those guys, but they can write lyrics.
Morrissey?
Yeah.
He's the shit. Yeah.
Well, I think
Smith's, all that.
I think that kind of shows your range as far as your musical influences, especially like you're going like Neil Peart to Morrissey right here.
Dude, that's a great combo.
Not acting like that's not like far across the universe from each other.
The Smiths, I mean, Johnny Marr is shredding like a beast, but it's just not anything like you would think a shredding was.
It's like...
But what he's playing is amazingly complicated.
Right, but I feel like it's
pretty
one of those
clean,
things
too.
that you don't notice right away.
Yeah.
And yet whenever you go back and listen to it, it's like, holy shit.
He's amazing.
Yeah. Well, really what happened with me is I was like, why has he got a signature guitar? Then I started listening. I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
That's why.
Have you ever really sat down and give the Smiths and like Morrissey a solid listen?
I only listened to Meat is Murder, that album.
Oh, dude, they got way.
The Queen is Dead probably is my
That's
favorite one.
Probably is the best one.
But I don't really like a lot of Morrissey solo. I got maybe his first solo album, and after that, I just
I love it all.
it's one of those things like the sum of the parts was the thing when they all wanted. There's so many bands, they were great together, and then when they go off and it's just like a solo thing, it's like, well, just not really as good,
I think Johnny Marr was like part of like one of the bands for a little bit, like a new band. He was like
Modest Mouse or something, I think.
What?
He was like the guitarist for the band for a moment, like or he had kind of become an official. Yeah,
Damn, did not know that.
I don't know if that's the band. I'm gonna like put it right here on whenever I'm editing this
there.
video. But
I think he was something with Modest Mouse, but those British guys, and once I stopped following somebody, well, now with the internet you can hear about everything.
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah.
The Smiths, just at the time in my life and the music and the lyrics, it was like one of the best packages of a band.
Yeah.
But anyway, with lyrics, I just try not to be cliched as much as possible and try to. And that's what's kind of cool. Brent's came in. He hadn't really written that many songs or anything. So he, I just gave him like, well, just when you start out, you write more than you need, and it's like, okay, you see this line is way too long. You could say that with 4 words instead of 10.
Yes.
Yeah,
Condense, get to the point.
less is more.
Yeah, 100%.
Ah,
Now, on the flip side of that, the lyrics for the Room 101 songs are pretty epic.
nice. It's you write lyrics in Room 101.
Yeah.
Very cool. Being an English teacher, I guess. Yeah. Got you. And where do the influence to your lyrics come from?
Literature and philosophy, probably the main 2 things. Yeah.
Yeah. Which literature?
Well, 1984 was a big one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I had one that was Ozymandias from Shelley. It was just that poem, but the music. What was another one? Lord of the Flies comes into play.
Oh yeah,
A few. Yeah.
Very cool.
great movie and book.
Movie.
Book's always better.
The movie traumatized me in the early 90s whenever I watched it as a kid.
Fuck, they played that in my religion class one time. I'm like,
Your religion class.
bro, I
Drop
know.
that rock on Piggy or whatever that
Bro, it'd be
was.
like that
Yeah.
sometimes, you know?
Poor
No
Piggy.
good, yeah. Felt bad.
We supposed to be cracking open the Bible, reading John 3:16, but we,
Yeah, cracking open heads.
yup.
Anyway, so how long did it take you guys to record the album?
It took a little while. Not so much the recording. It just took time to sort of get enough of the money to we kind of did some and then rebuild the.
It's expensive, man.
Yeah, we wanted to use Dwayne. He's not. I think Dwayne's inherently reasonable, but we're never a band that could come in and nail it first take and get it all squared away. It took us longer because, and not all of us. Anvil, if he was here, he would have a different opinion about this.
I only went in once.
And then Les too.
Les
We
killed
kept
it.
most of the raw. The initial recording of the bass. So yeah, it was mostly Brent. Part of the problem is Brent and I sing and play, and when you're recording, when you're playing live, it's like there's like little corners you're cutting, and there's things that you're focusing on at least 2 or 3 things at once. Remembering the lyrics, singing in key, remembering what you're playing, all of that stuff.
And conveying emotion at the same time.
And then if you record that live in the studio and you go back and listen to it and you go, that's not that good. Just like it's not what you would want. It's not as good as you would want. So then we went back and I'm just going to record the guitar part. And then if you want to layer, if you want to have a rhythm or lead, or we do our harmony stuff together. And the vocals, if you want to get a harmony vocal or you want to try different ways. Stuff we can't do when you're playing a live show. So the guitar part, recording the guitar and doing the vocals probably took the longest of the part of making the album.
Are you still playing? Whenever I saw you were playing that little amp.
Yeah, so it's a little Joyo. It's the Chinese knockoff of the Mesa Boogie amp.
You did not?
Sick.
Did you record your album with that? Mm-hmm. Oh my god,
That's dope.
It sounded fucking fantastic.
No,
then.
well, he put it through a nice cabinet, and they know how to mic that stuff, and they EQ or whatever they do, and
They'll just take the little mic and tweak it this way and tweak this one that way, and it'll sound amazing.
God, and so it pisses me off.
it's got like I think it's got like one little tube in it, and it's all just other electronic stuff
killer.
and
Yeah.
Small little lunch.
Believe how heavy my amp is that I'm lugging around.
All them little orange amps, man. I forgot what they are, but dude, they're like, oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That little baby right
Yeah,
there.
mine's a little just slightly smaller than that.
Yeah.
Maybe about.
But dude, they got punched to them.
yeah,
Sick.
it's a 20 watt. I mean, is it Marshall-esque or whatever? No, but is it good enough for what I need to do in a small club? Yeah.
The fact that you recorded with that it just like blows me away. Because like, for sure he didn't put that on the album. Yes, he put that on the
It's
album.
deceptively, you don't
Yeah.
think it does much, but it just got, it's got some
Yeah.
punch to it. Now, I think it's clean is not as good as other amps that I've used.
How
but
often do you use the clean?
Not very. I think
Yeah.
one song about one of our songs I use, well, maybe one or two.
There's no cleaning metal. No.
That's right.
Well, I realized that too. I kept looking for amps like I need the clean to sound good, and then I realized I don't hit the clean
You don't need
once
one, right?
the entire
Yeah, I've
time.
seen y'all, and I don't think you've ever done clean.
No, exactly. Yeah. So it's just, I just need to focus on just the distortion. And that's it. And especially if you just got one sound, like if you know that that's the sound you're going for, and you can get it out of a fucking amp this big, it's crazy.
Now using all kinds of pedals like tube screamers and stuff like
I'm
that.
not. I have a tuner. I have a chorus to give it a little bit of a
weird sound.
little clean on the. Well, sometimes I use it. It depends on the song.
Yeah.
And then what's my other? I have a EQ pedal just because I need to go. Like we have to go over each other. Like if we're leading, like you want that little punch,
Little boost,
to get.
huh?
I mean, get above Brent and so back and forth. Because otherwise you see somebody playing, but you won't hear it. Because
I've heard that if you want to get if you're thinking about changing the pickups in your guitar, you need to just get an EQ pedal, and you'll probably be able to get the sound that you were looking for.
what I'm not a big tone chaser. I'm not a gearhead. I have this.
Yeah.
I have the smallest pedal board of most people, all the guitarists I know, and
Yeah.
I'm not. That's not what I'm not trying to downplay the folks that are into all that.
Yeah.
It never was why I was involved in it. But I mean, I just learned from Brent like a couple years back that if I do what you do the line, send in return out of the amp, you put your effects.
Oh yeah. Your
I never
pixel-
did that,
Yeah.
but that gives you, if you do have the EQ pedal and you do that, and you have the whatever there's like a curve you do on the settings,
Yeah.
that'll give you that punch. Like dB goes up enough that you can get over the other guy when you're playing, and then you have to remember to turn it off, or you can be playing louder than him the rest of the song.
Yeah, which is what I'd probably do. I can't have another guitarist now. I'm just used to. I'd probably just insult him the whole time. I need to be louder. I can't hear myself.
I've worked with some bands with just me, and some bands it's other guitarists, and it's good and bad with both. It depends on the person. If you have to work with another guitarist, and me and Brent work together, I think pretty good. So
Well, considering he just came in and can play metal guitar as good as he can, I mean that's pretty awesome.
yeah, and being a young guy like he is he and his mother, like a lot, him and his brother Tyler, who y'all know, Tyler Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah, party boy. And they just, I don't know, she must have got on guitars and drums at a young age and just let them go. And they're both great musicians today, and I think a lot of us in this band that none of us like had like music as a we weren't in the marching band. We're all kind of self-taught in a way. I mean, we have made some little basic lessons in the beginning. Your parents will sign you up and you go and this is the pick and you try to do the thing and
Yeah, Mel Bay book.
yeah, and then you quit for 2 years and then you go find another teacher who's like, how do I play this AC/DC song? He's like, well,
Yeah.
do this. So like, all right, and then you're off to the races, So
Les, did you always play bass or were you playing a guitar as well?
I started with guitar class in high school, and I wasn't very good at it. And any kid that want, learn guitar, want to be a band, right?
Yeah.
So nobody ever wanted to be the bass player. And my
Yeah.
brother-in-law actually, he's a bassist in a local band. They play oldies and stuff, and he's been doing it forever. And he was a big influence on me because he had all the equipment. He could lend it to me and whatnot because I didn't have crap. So, I've been playing bass. I mean, my guitar era lasted maybe about a year of that, and I sucked. So bass is, everybody, it's so much easier, whatever, which it is in the sense if you don't have all the chords and whatnot, but it's a different beast.
Yeah, but
can't
you
really-
fuck up, everybody hears it.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. So if I'm doing my job, nobody
Yeah,
knows.
Exactly. Yeah. But I don't know. I've heard you guys, and like I was impressed by every member of the band because you kind of forget whenever you're playing. Like that was the first time I'd seen you guys was at the Mason show,
Same.
and you kind of forget like the caliber of just regular musicians in Louisiana. It's like, wow, man, all right, fucking awesome, because like I said, we hardly ever play any North Shore gigs. It's like, I was blown away about that other band too, the Fried Oyster Cult.
Yeah, that's
I miss them.
in John Marisich's band Ending and in Space Metal and Dead Rebecca, the bass player was Rob Norton, and that's Rob Norton's side project. He's some friends of his, and they play more like a New Orleans funk with a bit of a classic rock kind of.
That's cool.
Together. Yeah,
they're badass though.
They're good players. They're real good players.
Yeah, because I got there right when Dead Spies was starting to play or setting up. I missed the first band at that show.
Busted my hand during that. I looked down, it was like bled all over my guitar.
Uh-oh.
I didn't even notice that for hours. Like I opened my guitar case again. I was like, oh shit. Oh, that's what that was from. That's what that's like that. Yeah.
I think we've done maybe 2 shows with y'all, or now you've done some Maple or Mason and maybe Without Sinners, but I know
I played the Golden Goat that you were at.
maybe I just saw
sure.
it. Okay, I saw y'all at the
yeah.
Golden Goat.
The
Maybe
Golden
that's
Goat
it, yeah.
show. Was that Bill's band that played that?
He played there just recently, I think. But not with us. Yeah,
Played with Nesnum and Thornprick. Was that the lineup, or
when we played with Thornprick, I know, but I can't remember who else.
I think it might have been Nesnum.
Okay.
If I had to guess. Yeah.
Wait, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, it's cool. Like you also do the Metal Fest too, then over there.
Yeah, John and I, we put that on. We just had our second year of that. John's always wanted to do a Metal Fest, and it's like his baby of this. Says, do you think we could do it? And we kind of figured out how to do it. And the first year we just asked all the bands that if we could put together all the local bands we're involved in the Gulf Coast Metal Alliance, which is Gary Thibodeau and those guys. And those are bands that have a loose fellowship that is like Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. And we've seen a number of bands, because there's the Metal and Beer Fest that's coming up in October that every year. It's
GCMA, right?
Year 9, yeah. So we've seen a lot of bands that are really good, like you're saying, that just people don't know of. And so we assembled like 10 bands that are across the Gulf Coast, and the first one was went really well. And so the second one we decided to do, we didn't want to repeat any bands, so I had to find 10 new bands, and that one went well too. The weather was a little dicier, but
That was the second one.
this one that
Yeah,
just
it happened about a month or two ago.
It was it was not this. It was May, right? Was it May? Maybe 9th or something. Yeah, I think.
Pretty sweet that you did that though, man, because you had Shadow Giant get back together, and
That's how I realized that you guys had a podcast. It's like somebody sent me the link, and I'm like,
I'm like 142 episodes in. Nobody watches. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I didn't even know about the Shadow Giant
I've
band.
since watched a few episodes. But
Yeah.
I didn't even know who Shadow Giant was until I watched the podcast.
I saw Shadow Giant like before I knew the guys, like 10 years ago at Augustine's.
it's such a great band.
Yeah, I saw them open for. I think Drug Money opened for them, and I was friends. I lived out in Phoenix.
Drug
with,
Money's a good band too.
I lived out in Phoenix with Tim, the guitarist from Drug Money.
Okay.
And so that was how I had connection to them. And then, but then since then, I've gotten to know Byron pretty well, and he's a cool guy. He really is. And the lead singer from Shadow Giant, I can't remember his name.
Jason.
Right. Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very awesome too. I didn't realize he was from a band I'd seen when I was like 15.
Yeah, I learned stuff about him, about how he was out in the Northwest and all that. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah,
that was really cool. Yeah.
I was kind of putting that together after I talked to Byron the first time. He's like, because he told me he played in that. I was like, Jody Hates the World. I've seen them saw them at Global Wildlife in like 1995.
Wait, the one that's in Robert?
Yeah, they had some show like Llama Fest they were doing out there.
So they were playing in front of llamas and
They were playing like a field away, but it was still just kind of crazy. Just like thinking about I'd seen this guy play in driveways whenever I was a teenager, and now like we're in my shitty rehearsal room interviewing each other, but like it's cool, and I like that everybody's doing stuff and. It's still a very active scene. Year after year, it's not just brand new bands. It's still, Sinner's Revival. I've seen you guys on shows on flyers for
it's
a
been
few years
4 or 5
now.
years we've been functioning. after the first 6 months to 9 months, we said, let's just start playing, and
Yeah.
we can only get better.
Yeah.
Right.
And just do it. Cause like,
Yeah.
I remember us being so worried in my, cause I stopped playing music for a while. I didn't pick it up. For me, a while was, I didn't start my first punk band that I was fronting till I was 33. And, at that point, most of my friends had quit playing music. And I only had a couple left. That's why I only had a 3-piece. Because I get 2 more guys, and that was pretty much the only people who were still doing it.
There is a sorting out as we get older and because there's fewer and fewer of us left playing, so when you either replace somebody, it's like, oh, who's still playing that I don't want to poach from another friend,
Yeah, yeah. And like, they can't be too old, they can't be too young. Have like the entire thing. It's got to be
Right.
like, I got to find basically another me to play music with or whatever.
Sometimes it's hard to find, that piece.
Yeah. But it's really cool that you guys are doing this, man. And do you guys have any gigs that are coming up in the future right now?
We are playing, like I said, not this weekend, but the next weekend, the 27th, over at the.
This will come out next week anyway.
Right.
Okay, so the Daiquiris and Creams in Mandeville. It's across the street from Ruby's Roadhouse.
Oh, wait, is that right by Second and Charles and all that?
No, this is on 190 in Mandeville. It's, if you know where Ruby's Roadhouse is, it's
I know where it is. I see it all the time.
Yeah.
Like I go pick up mirrors from a glass company that right
Okay.
next door to this. But yeah, Ruby's Roadhouse right across the street from it.
Yeah. And so we're playing there, and we're going to be doing some songs at the Ozzy tribute that's going to be at the gym in Pearl River.
Which
Hell yeah.
are they surprise? The songs?
No. I mean, there's a sign-up sheet. Everybody can pick a song to play on, or if a full band wants it. We're doing like Sinners is doing NIB. We played that anyway.
nice.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And then a friend of ours, Porcelain, she says, I want to sing Children of the Grave. Can y'all learn it and be my backing band? We're like, okay. So
Yeah. Very
and then,
awesome.
We're doing Les's signature song. We're going to attempt that with Damon LaBeouf from Subject to Change.
That would be the wizard.
Yes.
Who's doing the
Damon, he's going to do the harmonica, and
Very
they
cool.
used to play it, but he says they haven't been playing it lately. But so I know of maybe 2 or 3 bands that do it, and they have bands people that do the harmonica. But Damon was up for it, so that's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot of people playing this. It's that's in the mid-July, I think the 19th or something,
Something like that.
at the gym in Pearl River, and then I haven't been really booking stuff. I need to buckle down and do it. We are playing the Metal and Beer Fest in October this year with I think there's 12 bands from across the same Gulf Coast. It's the Gulf Coast Metal Alliance's premier event. It's put together by Kerry Thibodeau, the guy who runs everything. He makes the beer and keeps it all kind of going. He's a good guy on the scene.
Nice.
Now they do it at that race. Is
It's
like
like a Gulfport
racetrack?
dragway. The drag
Dragway,
strip,
yeah. So do they have cars racing while bands are playing?
I think it's the off
That would be
season.
cool.
Oh, okay, that'd be fucking sick.
or it's not during their
Yeah.
whenever they have the meets. It's not during that. Yeah, it's a pavilion that's on the ground. It's not really near the strips.
Oh, okay.
But it's like a jazz fest without all the headaches of a jazz fest, and it's more heavier music, So
Definitely more.
Metal and beer. Hell yeah.
Well, guys, Les and Art, thank you so much for being on our show, man. And we're gonna everybody go out and listen to Sinners Revival. All their music's on all the streaming platforms, and go check them out live. And everybody come see our show, and we'll talk to you next week.
The fucking mama. I did it right this time.